Everybody, welcome to the show. Let me make sure we're functional here and everything's good to go as far as this business is.
My camera better this way or the other way?
It's just fine the way it is. So, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Quick shout out to our Patreon members or those that don't know we have a Patreon site. Check it out in the comment section down below. But we got to say thank you to our alpha members. Let me kill the volume on the live feed here. Jeff Frank, Bruce Willis, Barbarian, Armwrestling, Ready Go Garb, Brian Kerner, and Ready Go Solutions, the alpha members. Thank you guys. And we have a special guest today, Mr. Justin Bishop, the Bama Bull. How are you doing today, sir?
Pretty good, brother. How about y'all?
Hanging in there. And my co host, as usual, Mr. Jeff Frank.
How's it going?
Good, good. Dustin and Billy are already in the comments section. That's good to see. So let's get right into her. TAL number 2. Now, this match was originally supposed to be what? At the Red Deer Charity Classic?
That's correct. Yeah, it was supposed to happen this August. COVID kind of crushed those hopes. So, yeah, I thought we'd get it done here in Boise, Idaho, December 5th, and yeah, see what goes down.
And we got Justin Bishop versus Ali Hamadea. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I wouldn't want to mispronounce his name. He's easily offended, that young man. All right. All right, Justin, how are you feeling about the match?
I see. I feel good about it. Yeah, I've been looking forward to a left-handed match for quite a while now.
Now, how long has it been
Um,
since you pulled with the left?
in a super match format, probably, obviously, at least a year. Probably close to 2 years. It's been a good while. I don't think I've pulled one since. And I pulled left-handed in tournaments, but I don't think I've pulled a super match since we booked this one. So it's been at least, and we booked it several months in advance before last year. So yeah, it's been a while, and it feels good, especially in the gym. It feels much better than my right hand, and I don't think he's ready, but we'll see.
Now, here's the thing. I see this all the time when Ali is calling out guys. And in this case, back when it was announced at the Red Deer Charity Classic, I mean, it's safe to say that you were the heavy favorite. And if you made a poll on the internet about who was going to win, I think you'd probably be up there in the 90 percentile mark that are leaning towards you. But he seems confident, and his confidence comes from being able to put the brakes on some serious left-handed guys. That video of Cody Merritt's been floating around out there. How do you feel about what you've seen? Uh-oh. I hope this doesn't happen to us again. Jeff, you still with us?
I mean, I don't, man, you don't know, you know. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
We can hear you. There's just a lag. So you go ahead and talk, and hopefully it'll pop through
Fuck,
here in a couple of seconds.
can't. Shit. All right. Yeah, I don't take too much from that. So big names. I beat Paul Passmore, Wayne Withers. So I don't take a whole lot from him beating Cody Merritt. At the end of the day, he's a one-dimensional puller, and guys like that don't do well with me.
All right,
Yeah,
man. That's a fair answer. We got her through. It sped up a bit as we were listening to it. Jeff, you hear all that?
Yeah, no, I got that there, and yeah, no, I guess you know, how do I want to approach this? Like, man, I love Justin Bishop. Along with him and BJ Fokakis down there in the southern states, they're probably two of my favorite pullers. I really like Ali. He's a good friend of mine, and I know he's not very well known, but I really put this match together because I believe that it'll be a good match to watch. It'll be good, and that Ali is a worthy opponent. Absolutely, Justin's a heavy favorite, and I'm really interested to see how it goes down.
So pick it, Jeff. Who's going to win the match?
I don't do that.
You don't make predictions?
No,
Yeah.
I
What are you
quit.
talking about, man?
I quit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. The thing is, if I watch Justin Bishop is a bad dude, man. He's a bad dude, and I mean Justin Bishop fits right along, personality styles with me. He's a Southern boy in the States. I'm like a Southern boy here in Alberta. We love hunting, we love fishing, we love the outdoors. The whole persona really, I just love what he's about. I just like Ali's personality, his confidence. So I just like both guys. It's a good match, and I do believe, without picking a winner, that I believe Ali will be a worthy opponent, and I think it'll be a good match. I watch Ali against a guy like Matt Mask and how he can tie Matt up with his left hand, and like it's gonna be a good match. I'm not gonna pick a side though.
Okay. So that match aside, I mean, how are you feeling about what have you been up to, Justin? What have you been doing in the World Arm Wrestling League's kind of on pause at the moment. We all know that. What have you been doing to stay busy and stay ready?
I mean, I've been practicing, like normal, 2 or 3 times a month. It's pretty active. I took a little break because I was training hard for my next match in Wall that they hadn't announced, and it kind of, everything fell apart. So I kind of got bummed out. So I took a little short break, probably 4 or 5 weeks, and I just not too long ago, probably a month and a half, got back into training, and then Jeff hits me up and lets me know about this. So it kind of timed out well, and it definitely, gave me some extra motivation because I wasn't expecting it, and I'm definitely fired up. He's in trouble, is all I can tell him. Like I've been in spots where I'm not that fired up about it. I just want to go or whatever. It's just what I do. I'm very excited for this because not only because it's the only tournament that I'm going to go to this year more than likely, but it's somewhere I've never been. It's somewhere I've been with people I've been wanting to meet, and wanting to hang out with. Like me and Jeff's been talking the last year or better, about hunting and arm wrestling and all kinds of stuff. So I'm definitely fired up about that.
See, and this is what I love about this matchup right here, and this is exactly what I wanted to create. It's just along the same lines as the BLM Dallas Langston thing, where it gave both men something to really. This is the whole purpose of the league, is to generate matches that people just like, fuck, I want to beat this guy, I want to train. I'm excited about the match. The BLM Dallas Langston thing was the exact same thing, and I'm glad to hear that, Justin. That it's giving you some motivation. I know Ali feels the exact same way. He's training like a madman. You're going to be training like a madman, and yeah, December 5th, we'll get to see it live and how it goes down.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Like that's a marquee matchup, and it's going to be one of the first times in a while where I think the guy you're pulling's actually been a little bit smaller than you, because
Yeah.
lately that has not been the case. Now, can you talk about the match that you had lined up in the World Arm Wrestling League now that it's not happening?
I don't know, to be honest, because I'll say this: that guy hasn't been in the WAL before. So
Oh, that's interesting. Now I'm really
yeah,
curious.
yeah, I
Wow.
might tell you later, but I don't want
Tell
to.
me
But
later.
he was also much bigger. But I don't know. I'm excited for that reason as well, though. Like you said, it's a guy that's much closer to my weight, if not a little lighter. And I mean, I've been thinking about this because I was on Pickup's podcast
Yeah.
yesterday, and I mentioned the match, and I was like, I got to thinking about what I said on his show, and I just feel like kind of the way Todd feels in the super heavyweights, right? Like he's just a stepping stone for the next super heavyweight, kind of. That's kind of how I feel at middleweight. At anywhere around 200 pounds, is like, oh, he's smaller, we're going to put him with the new guy, and so this match is a little different. It's like me going back to not lightweight, but a true middleweight kind of 76, 85 kind of. Because I'll probably walk in around 85, 87. I'm right there right now. I probably won't gain any more weight. But like I said, I mean, I don't see him. I don't see him doing anything. I'm just being honest.
No,
We'll see.
and this is why I love the matchup. Reason being is everybody knows how good Justin Bishop is. Nobody knows Ali,
Mm,
but we know how good he is here, and I'm really interested to see, like, just the gauging point of either the separation from different athletes, or do we have some guys that are really good that just aren't known yet, and that
mm.
gap is equal, or where I'm
Yeah,
just really good to see where how it all plays out,
I
and
get that
where.
call all the time, Jeff. Like
Yeah,
Bowen's the number one example, obviously.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
there's plenty of guys I've pulled over the years where I had to be that wall that the hype train hit.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
And it's
and that's exactly, yeah.
We got a question in the comments section.
all right.
The question is, Justin, could you beat Ryan Bowen right now?
Today, I probably couldn't beat your sister today. I mean, I'm just being honest. My right arm has so much going on right in his area. Um, but it's always there. It's just some good days, some bad days. Yesterday was not a good day. I went pretty heavy on double curls. I was doing pretty good. I had 175 on there. I got it for 2 reps with the little bicep bomber thing on.
Oh yeah.
And but I went to do singles, and shit, my right arm just wasn't having it. But yeah, I mean, Bowen's definitely improved. How does this guy always fucking come up?
Because
I love
it's
it.
social media, man. Like
Oh, fuck.
he's he has done an
That's gold.
amazing job of keeping himself as a topic of conversation,
Yeah,
even if it's just through Lachlan Adair and Todd Hutchings going after each other.
yeah, and he's even claiming like I don't have nothing to do with it. But I'm like, you're putting it on your platform, so you know how can you not find that? And I know him and Todd are good friends, but I get where Todd's, and I haven't talked to Todd about it. I just feel after reading a couple of his comments, he feels a little bit disrespected, and I can see that. Um, because I mean, Lachlan's never really beat anywhere near the caliber puller as Todd. So, same thing with kind of me and Ali. And I'm not comparing myself to Todd by any means, but kind of the same rap sheet thing. But
Yeah,
except we're not being, which from what I've read from Lachlan, it's just all about Todd saying some shit or whatever. So I mean, grow the hell up. Come on. I mean, I don't like some people because of shit they said, but I'm not going to waste all my time on Facebook and making 17 videos and shit. You know, I just don't. I got too many kids for that, man.
yeah, I get it. Jeffrey.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean that's very respectable. So, and so, how you feel? What are your thoughts on the other matches on the card in Idaho? How do you feel about the Cody Merritt Robbie Topi matchup?
I thought that was a pretty good matchup. Um, if Robbie tries to hook him, he's going to lose. That's just my opinion. I think Merritt is way too big of an individual, tall, lengthwise, and if Robbie can somehow, block the top roll and then generate his shoulder, probably, or if he can get off first, which I don't see him do often, but if he can, that's to me, that's always the easier route. Just get off first. But I mean, I hate picking between two U.S. guys that I like, but
Right.
if Cody's on his game, I see him winning, but I definitely see it being a war. If Topi comes with some new tricks, he's definitely got a chance to win.
Who do you feel is more powerful guy? It's just straight power in that match.
It's hard. That's always hard. The gym rat or the country guy, because I got some country guys that are 300 plus pounds that don't look like, they could lift anything and go out there and lift your truck. So it's always hard to gauge that. But I always point this out too. When you got a gym rat, normally he's slow. 9 out of 10 times he's going to be slow. So if they can ever generate some speed, usually they got a good shot. But
There's
Don't move on, Jeff. I want to
it's
weigh in
just
on this
hard
match.
to tell.
okay.
Yeah. Here's
Yeah, I
was waiting.
I guess
I
you
was
got
looking.
some Ryan. You have some skin in maybe this matchup
well, I mean, I got
a little
experience
bit.
with both guys. I mean, I've had way more success with Cody. I've only pulled Robbie once, and that was back in like 2016 at when the WAL was just kind of picking up steam, and he got me in that match. Probably
I didn't know
was a
that.
little bit sleeping on the go. Yeah, he's beat me once. Robbie has, and he top rolled. But I mean, as far as generous saying who has more power, I mean, it's all positional at this point. Exciting thing to me is not so much like the matches are all awesome, right? But you also have the opportunity to maybe see these guys pull in the open tournament and the overall, assuming you're still going to do an overall,
Yeah.
Jeff. So I mean,
Yeah,
Ali has going back to Ali though. He's been calling me out. So here's what I want to see. I want to see Ali in that overall, just killing Robbie Topi and Cody Merritt.
So you're not going to see that because if he pulls the same weight class as me, he's not going to win that. So I'm going to throw this out there because I don't hardly ever brag on myself, but this is a reoccurring thing when I go to these things, right? Where they got the local guy and he's hyped up real well. I usually end up winning the whole fucking tournament. So that's what I plan to do this time. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
So I hope that one of those two guys are on the table in the overalls. And then look, I could go and shit the bed and not win a match, So
I mean, either way, whether it's you or Ali entering into that division and then potentially the overall, it's exciting because you never get to see those cross weight class face-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we ran TAL 1, and I thought the overalls were very, very interesting, and how it all played out with Ali beating Brendan Mulvihill there, and and same with the right hands with Jesse Halliday over Len Houghton. But I love the overalls, and it's going to be interesting to see at this TAL2 as well.
Well, I mean, the other thing is you got two other left-handed killers going at it. You got Michael Todd and you got Len Houghton.
Yeah, that's the one I see. Yeah, we were talking about these guys, and I'm thinking about Mike the whole time because I've pulled Mike quite a few times left-handed. And while I can get position, it really doesn't matter.
Wow, well, that's impressive, man.
So, and there may be two other killers coming to this card too yet.
But not left-handed guys, Jeff. You're thinking maybe right-handed guys? Oh, for crying out loud. Now we're losing Jeff's Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Is it lagging that bad with mine still?
It's not bad. I mean, you got a couple second delay from what your face is doing and what the words are saying, but it's not bad. Jeff, you back with us? Jeff is not back with us. I saw him move about half an inch and then he was done.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's exciting to think that we might see. I mean, the one shitty thing about it is, well, I guess you could only see maybe Cody, Robbie, Michael, or Len into the overall, but you could also potentially see any combination of two of them because there's three guys in there. I don't think Robbie qualifies yet, but Cody, Michael Todd, and Len could all pull in that Masters division and still squeak their way into that overall.
Yeah, and not. I hate saying all this because the guys that are going are probably watching this, and
No problem.
but the scary part for me is Cody and Mike because the length of their arm. Like I'm pretty sure Robbie can beat me as well, but I've watched Robbie pull many times. I've seen his arm length is more close to mine than say Mike or Cody. So and the way Mike hits this way with his left arm, uh, it'll ruin your day.
Well,
But
that match with Len could take some stuff. It's going to be very interesting to
yeah,
see how it plays out because Len has a really unorthodox way of arm wrestling, and if you're not really prepared for how he hits, it's. I mean, I could see him. I don't know necessarily know if he's going to win the match, but he'll be in it. It's going to be a
yeah.
good. And it wouldn't be one that I'd put any amount of money on because there's so many unknowns, which is also what makes it exciting because we've got Len Houghton versus Michael Todd, and I don't think we've ever seen it. And for Canadians, particularly, it's going to be pretty exciting to see that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, for me, this would be the only tournament of the year. I plan on going to Mississippi State. I'm not probably won't pull because my right arm just isn't up to par, and it's only three weeks I think away from this. So, I don't want to compromise my position there.
Yeah, Mississippi State's is that the one where they're giving those helmets away for the overalls?
No,
Or
no, that's Missouri, I
Missouri?
believe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Mississippi State is the one with I think they got a couple super matches, which was unfortunate though because I really wanted to go because I heard Dan was going and I heard a couple Europeans would be there. I didn't get any names, but I hate not being able to pull something that close to my house. But I'd rather go to Idaho and do it that way. There's Jeff.
He's back.
No, sorry, I had a call come in. It was an important one. I had to take it. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just for a phone call. Okay. Was it the president?
No,
Uh, did the other Justin call you?
no.
Yeah.
uh, but I was saying that on this card we may have a couple other two killers coming, and I'm gonna announce it even though it isn't
Oh
official
my
yet.
God, you're gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Are
do
you
it
sure?
because I'm really hoping that the other guy agrees. I'm being very optimistic and hopeful, but Corey West versus Richard Lupke's right hand.
Boom.
Wow.
There it is.
So it's been a while since we've seen Richard, right? You
Richard
know.
Yeah,
hasn't pulled in about a year, and he's been training. I guarantee you, he's training that whole time. Um,
Yeah, it doesn't look like he stops training. I'm pretty sure he's been training for like 45 years straight.
he stopped for about 8 days for surgery.
Yeah. And Corey's been looking beastly, like
holy man,
stupid.
yes.
And I'm gonna tell you though, I still think, and it's hard to say because Richard is so inactive as of late, the past couple of years anyway. But he has always been, to me, one of the strongest arm wrestlers as far as just raw power. Probably the strongest. Him and Dave, to me, in North America for a long, long time. Because any man that can do pull ups with 300 plus pounds on him, I mean, I don't care what your age is. You're a strong dude. I'm not doing that shit, and I weigh less than you. You
Richard,
know,
Richard is a freak, and he is. I
yeah,
think he almost has some kind of genetic disorder that lets him pack on muscle easier than most people.
something. I mean, it's insanely ridiculous. I can't remember who he was pulling. Shit, was it Saplinkov or somebody in the
Yeah.
Arnold's one time I was watching, and
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
just it was all Saplinkov had just to hang on. Like I mean, he hit that little bicep hold move or whatever. And if honestly, I feel like if Richard knew how to arm wrestle a little bit, that he'd have won. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think that this is a huge test for Corey West, the
Definitely.
biggest one he's ever faced by far.
Yeah. And Mike has a good point when he says in his videos, even though he's he's talking about himself, he does train with the best or one of the best arm wrestlers on a weekly basis. So
Yeah,
that's a big thing because when I'm training with a certain group of people, it's a much bigger impact on my training than as if I'm just training with normal people. So
yeah, precisely. Oh my God, Jeffrey's getting a phone call again. What the hell is going on? It
yeah,
better be the other Justin.
right. Busy man, busy man. Hey,
Yeah.
I almost had to delay it for about 10 minutes because the homeowner was here and she left at 8:58. So
Oh
it,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
panned out.
So we're I'm gonna remove him again. We'll
All
see.
right.
Get
No,
rid
I mean,
one more time.
which I feel like Ali is just another Bowen at this point. If I'm being completely honest, I mean, because like I said in Pickups podcast the other day, I said I think the best lightweight hooker, probably left-handed, is Eli. I screwed his last name up last time. I pronounced it Sedova, but Neil said it was pronounced some other way. But I feel like if I beat him 3-1, right after he won the lightweight hammer in 2017, pretty convincingly too, and it was like a month later. I went and beat him 3-1, and I don't see him being any better than Ali in my opinion, from what I've seen. Now, like I said, he did just beat or had really good matches with Cody, who's shit. Cody's got to be what, close to 400 pounds. I mean,
Yeah.
so you never know. But that was just the way I felt about it because that was the best comparison to his style I seen. And I even told Eli that day, I was like, "Your arm is stronger than mine today. I just out arm wrestled you." And that's the element that I don't think most people are ready for when they come to arm wrestle me. Is it appears I pull one or two ways, but I got so many different setups and angles to hit at that if you do beat me this way, you're not going to do it again unless you're just that much stronger than me. And I don't see that being the case.
Yeah. Now, Jeff, were you here when we were talking about Michael Todd and Len Houghton?
I just missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. We were just talking about how interesting that's on this card too, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. We were talking about how interesting it's going to be to see if we can get one of them maybe into the Masters class, so they end up pulling the overall.
Uh, I would think that everybody's going to pull the tournament. So uh, that's kind of the feedback I've been getting. So everybody should be involved in the overalls for sure.
Okay, man. I'm getting somebody's giving me shit saying, Espey, come on, man, look at the chat. Oh, there's lots of stuff in here. Do you guys think Devin could really organize something in Dubai like he said? That would be awesome. I mean, I think if he has the right investors, he can. What do you guys think?
If Cobra can
Uh,
put together what he put together in Moldova, I don't see why not.
yeah, I'll be honest with you. I got even, my own event, possibly going to happen over in Dubai as well. So I think anybody can make it happen if they want.
Just knowing the right people.
That's where the
Yeah.
money is. I know that if Devin were to call, he probably won't. But if he were to call me tomorrow and say, "Hey, come to Dubai," I would do whatever I had to get there. I mean, that sounds amazing. Uh,
Yeah.
Richard doesn't do table time, is what they're hearing. I think that's probably accurate. I mean, who's going to do table time with the guy? Uh, I don't.
Well, not only that, I've found that a lot of gym rats don't like to arm wrestle that often because they can't lift the same weight in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's one of the harder things for me to balance is because I don't like to do high reps. I like to lift heavy stuff. So, and I like to arm wrestle. So it's a delicate process right there. You got to tread that line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we got another match that we're kind of overlooking here, Jeff. We got one more on the card we haven't talked about, right?
Which one's that? Martin Langlois and Roman Gromov?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're getting
You
overlooked.
know,
That's a good match.
yeah, I like the fact, and this goes back to TAL one too, that everybody's like, oh, Dallas won't have nothing for BLM. The Americans are all saying, BLM won't. I love that. This is the whole principle of doing what I'm doing is to bring people together in matches that one it gives somebody motivation to train, especially if they feel that they're a complete underdog. And I think this match completely represents that. Is Martin a huge underdog on paper? Absolutely, but you know what? It gives him something to fucking I need to work and I want to work and I'm motivated. And when you have somebody with that mindset, anything can happen.
For sure.
Now, where is Roman from?
Well, lives in Iowa. I'm not sure his background.
Okay. Now, it is an interesting match. Hard to pick. I don't know a lot about Roman. I've seen Martin pull a lot. He's got world level experience and quite a
I'm
bit of it.
I'm
So
right the opposite. I don't know Martin. I've seen Roman pull, several times. He
yeah,
can pull from crazy spots. I've seen him super light and then be upwards of middleweight before.
yeah,
So
yeah.
And Roman, I heard is absolutely lightning quick.
yes, if you are anywhere near a European descent, you are fast. You know, from my experience.
Yeah. And then we got a comment in here says, "Catch me up. When and where is this match happening with Bishop?" So Jeff, you want to plug that event one more time?
Sorry, I just it cut out there for a second.
TAL2. Where and when?
December 5th, Boise, Idaho, Big Al's Sports Center or Recreation Hall. Roman Gromov, Martin Langlois, Justin Bishop, Ali Hamidia, Michael Todd, Len Houghton, Cody Merritt, and Robbie Topi,
Yeah.
and maybe a couple more that I'm working on. I'd like to have six, maybe seven super matches. So
Six, maybe seven. What are we up to now?
four.
Four. Four marquee matches, and you want to have like three more.
Well, I like to have one that like I did in TAL one, just kind of I'll call it a prelim or whatever. One that a couple up and comers. I don't know a lot of guys around that, so I'm just kind of putting some feelers out, like who's some big name or not big names, but who's some up and coming talent that wants a chance to pull right in a super match. So and then then a couple others. I don't know, smaller matches to start off the card.
Now, TAL, I got a logistics question. How do you pick, or do you just retain complete control over um, who gets title shots? That's okay. But you got
You hear the
established,
train?
yeah, you got established champions. How do you
So
pick who gets the title shot?
so right now, like everybody's like, wow, it kind of seems like he's doing whatever, and I am. There's a purpose and a reason behind what I'm doing. One is I want to run 3 or 4 big events, and really establish a North American ranking. 2 or 3 events down in the states, 2 or 3 events up here. Really put together a big list of rankings in every single weight class and really showcase a lot of different pullers. And then I just don't want to run one event and say, okay, it was a local event. Okay, here's your number two. Like I want to do a few tournaments before I really establish a true rankings, if that makes sense.
Okay, now does Ali hold the belt currently in his weight class?
Mm-hmm.
Is that belt on the line against Justin?
Yes, that will be a belt match. Yeah,
All right.
I did believe we agreed to that. Yeah,
So it'll be coming back to
yeah. Same with
Alabama.
Len Houghton. Yeah.
So you're gonna
So
have to go ahead.
I was going to say, here's my thing. So if you look at the lightweights at TAL1, and we had Dan Marfay, who's really recognized as a national puller in Canada, you know, but there's a few guys who didn't show up, and there's no reason to say that they wouldn't be deserving of a belt match. Like you look at Steph Haru or Dustin Leach, right?
Right.
Both guys who are would be deserving of a match. Not necessarily based just on rankings. Listen, it's all hard right now. It's hard with COVID. It's hard to get people to travel. I just want to run 3 or 4, maybe 5 events, get a good rankings, get through COVID, and then we really have a baseline to say, okay, Steph's pulled, Kelly Leach is pulled, Dustin Leach is pulled. We've had Corey Miller's pull. We've had Justin Bishop's pull. All these guys down in the States and some guys internationally. Now, okay, here we go. We got a true number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the rankings.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. So when are we gonna see some of the other belt matches? Because I don't see a ton of them in as far as the super matches that are lined up right now, right?
So each event, I wanna feature marquee matchups. So you look at Lachlan Adair and Todd Hutchings. You look at like a Ryan Bowen and a Joe Fox. Some really intriguing matches, but I always want to have 2 or 3 belt matches as well on a line at each event. So I just confirmed, like at I think it was TL3, the Dan Marfay, who's the lightweight champion, against Charles Theodore. And I was looking at doing Dan again, right-handed with like a Steph Haru, or even somebody. So everyone, I just haven't confirmed everything yet. So there will be 2 or 3 belt matches on each event.
Yeah. And Jason Merlot says he can't wait to see Justin's left. If he wins, he wants that belt.
He's one guy me and Neil were talking about on our last podcast when he was asking me about middleweights not currently on the WAL roster. And he's one of the guys we were talking about, especially left-handed. We had that match semi locked up a couple times, and just it never went through, mostly because of COVID and WAL stuff. So, but from what I've seen, he's definitely a legit threat, left-handed. Um, Damn good fisherman too.
And I have the question here. Anybody that you would, if you could handpick anyone, right or left-handed, to arm wrestle in 6 months from now, set date, who would that be?
Ooh. Right-handed. I'd like to. I got two probably. I'd like to run it back with Rob, um, and I'd love to pull Craig right-handed, just because we've been supposed to pull so many times and never have, and you know, left-handed. It's hard to say. I'd like to pull Paul, because I've never freaking beat him. He's beat me like 17 times or whatever. Well, I've never beat him left-handed. He's never beat me right-handed. So um, maybe at 198, I know he can get pretty big, so I can't let him have just whatever weight cap. Um, I mean, really, there's nobody that intrigues me too much left-handed under 200 pounds. I mean, that you got people like Storm, who I pulled like 6 years ago, and he beat me. It was a good match, but he still beat me. I think I'd get him now. But I mean, left-handed. I wish they would start a left-handed thing in WAL, because I mean, for me, I think the playing field. There's like two people I think could beat me, other than Paul, maybe, or I think they'd have a good chance at beating me. But that'd probably be it. Paul and Rob or Craig, either one of those right-handed. I definitely need 6 months with my right. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I had I kind of play out scenarios, in my head. Like, so if Ali wins, what's next for Ali? And if Justin wins outside of a WL season, I had some thoughts too. And one guy I've been trying to get in touch with, and sorry, I cannot remember his name, but he won WAF many times. He beat, he smoked Jeff Hale from Kazakhstan there. Um, oh, what's
You
his
talking
name?
about the short guy,
Yeah,
bald-headed guy?
Kazat or
Yes, VZ something. Yeah, yeah. I forgot how you pronounce it.
so. Yeah, there's really marquee matches like this that I want to bring to North America. To really see again where that playing field is.
Well, I mean, you got Mindaugas who was talking about coming to WAL at one point, and then why don't you give Engen a call?
Well, I was actually gonna. What's his weight?
I don't know what it is right now, but I mean, he's a professional, man. You tell him what weight to be, and he'll be there if you make it worth his while.
I think he's a smaller guy. Probably walks around at like 65 or 70. I know that he doesn't cut weight like, say, I would cut weight. He will diet down and walk in at that weight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got to be a smaller
That's
frame guy.
that's interesting. I had it. It's crossed my mind. There's a lot going on right now. Actually, last night I just maybe have another match going on here too with Ian Carnegie and Derek Smith.
Mm. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
interesting. When are you looking at lining that one up?
Probably 4 or 5 somewhere in there, maybe in Arkansas. I can't wait to go to Arkansas. Honestly, that TAL 5 down in Hot Springs, Arkansas is probably the event that I'm really really looking forward to. I can't wait to go to those southern states and meet those guys down there. So I'm really
Shoot some
excited about that.
hogs. Yeah, bring your
Yeah.
AR. We're gonna shoot some hogs.
Well, see, here's the problem. Up here in our liberal run piece of shit
Oh,
government, we
take it easy.
we no, I'm dead serious. We can't do that up here. So when I go down to
Yeah,
Arkansas or Texas, I will book a flight in a helicopter with an AR, and we're gonna go get some hogs. I guarantee that.
yeah. There's so many. It's easy. It really is. They're so overpopulated. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, we can't. We can't. We up here we can take our single shot 22s and pick off gophers if we're lucky, and even we
Yeah,
still get complaints.
yeah, yeah. I just need to rename it California.
We wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, there's lots of matches on the cards. Lots of people message me. Lots of guys want to be involved. I'm working on some big things with Jonathan Bretta. Maybe a Jonathan Bretta left hand against a Matt Mask is kind of in the works.
He's
So
looking really good lately.
yeah,
That's interesting.
so
That's some cool
yeah,
stuff. When are we going
yeah,
to get to see more
yeah.
belt defenses? I want to see the super heavyweight
You'll
guys.
see every single event will have belt matches. So for example, Len Houghton, Michael Todd. Michael Todd
Yeah,
wins. Ryan, you're right there. So get training because
I
or
never
Len
stopped
Houghton.
training, Jeffrey. I never stopped training.
Okay, well, so because with the belt matches, there'll be 2, 3, whatever I can fit in at any event. So just how they play out. Right now, I'm just trying to work on the marquee matchups, and then the belt matches will fall in there at every event. So TL4, the one in Manitoba, whatever. I'm sure you're going to be on that card for a belt match, right?
And Martin Langlois is actually watching right now. He just said Mendaugas is around 160 pounds.
Yeah, so that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right, gents. Well, we're at that 45-minute mark. That seems to be our magic number for these shows. You guys ready? You got anything else you want to say in closing?
Um, I'll be in Idaho December 5th. and I'm gonna spank the shit out of Ali and take that belt.
I can't wait. And Ali's gonna be fired up when he sees the show too. He's gonna be pissed off at all of us.
It doesn't seem to take much. So you know,
December
that's
5th, I'll be in Idaho as well. I can't wait to meet you, Justin. I can't wait to meet the rest of the guys, and I look forward to coming. It sounds like we're coming with a pretty good turnout of pullers up here. Maybe as much as 10 people from Alberta coming down to pull the tournament. So
nice.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. We're trying to get Ali coming on next week on this show, so we'll hear his rebuttals to everything we've said. Hopefully, if that works out. And Justin, it's been a pleasure as usual, man. It's been a long time, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And I wish you the best of luck in December.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And I enjoyed it. Like I said, I can't wait to meet you, Jeff. And Ryan, are you coming? You gonna make it?
I cannot make that one unless all of a sudden after November the 5th or something, all of a sudden COVID is gone because I have to, when I get back, it's not that I can't come, it's that when I get back, I have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
I got you.
My employment will not allow me to do that, and Jeff won't pay me enough to make it worthwhile to quarantine for 2 weeks.
I got you. All right. Well,
you never asked.
I did. I said, you give me $5,000 and I'll be there.
Oh, shit.
$5,000? Who in Manitoba makes $5,000 in 2 weeks?
This
guy.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Right on.